It's Schmoedown time again, and I'm in my comfy shorts.
Spent all day thinking about that opening, didn't you?
Nope, thought of it just now.
Fantastic.
Guys, welcome to Cinefanatics. We're here doing another Schmoedown reaction. My name's Chris Adams.
And I'm Robert Adams.
And yeah, who we got going today? We got
Stacy Howard versus Dan Murrell. Yeah.
It's going to be a good match.
Ooh, that was a good note I just hit there.
Yeah, I bet you can't do it again.
Nope.
Not even going to try.
Nope.
Alright, this is going to be a good one. Stacy Howard, Dan Murrell.
Stacy Howard has been proving herself, and I know I've said on the previous reactions, I've been like, Dan's got this. You know what, here's the thing. In all honesty, yeah, I like Dan Murrell. I like Stacy Howard too, but I just really like Dan Murrell.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I was saying the same thing when it came to the Dan Murrell and Andrew Guy match, and we saw how that turned out. In fact, I'm pretty sure almost everybody, like on the Facebook group or whatnot, you should go check out the Facebook group, by the way. Everyone on the Facebook group was like, yeah, Dan Murrell's got this in the bag. There's no way, Andrew Guy, whatever.
If I'm not mistaken, we hadn't seen Andrew Guy in any kind of singles match prior to that moment either, right? I'm pretty sure he hadn't been.
I believe so, yeah, because
other than the free-for-all.
That was where Dan Murrell challenged him at the live event, and he was like, fine, and then that's what we got.
So we had only seen Andrew Guy in teams, in which, at that point, for whatever reason, it seemed like Ben Bateman was the stronger member of Team Action. Since the Dan Murrell match, though, we know that at the very least, they're pretty even.
Yeah. And that Andrew Guy actually has a really good chance at knocking out. He's already been taking on some heavy hitters, like the Five Horsemen. He's been just going through, he went through Murrell, Riley.
Lost to Rocha.
Lost to Rocha, but I mean, you can't win them all.
Yeah, but I mean, going through Murrell and Riley is no easy feat. Anyway,
so,
that being said,
what do I think of Dan Murrell versus Stacy Howard? Stacy Howard is good, but we've seen her matches. She participated in Anarchy.
Yeah.
And I think
at the live event.
Yeah, and I don't think, like, she was good at that.
And that was against the Founding Fathers.
Yeah.
So she's already faced Dan Murrell sort of once.
Yeah. She was good at that, but her performances lately have not struck me as Dan Murrell-worthy competition.
Yeah, and I would probably say that as the Viper squad as a whole, well, Ginny's been
Ginny's gotten
good.
bigger or better as well.
Yeah, just her
bigger and better
personality and showmanship. Yeah, I would definitely say, like, okay, so there's talks with Dan, there's talks with Mark Riley in regards to having faced Andrew Guy. Did they have a little ring rust? Well, we've seen Mark Riley knocking it out with Ben Bateman in Anarchy with Who's the Boss. I don't necessarily know at this point. I don't think there is any more ring rust on either Dan or Mark, if that was ever really truly a thing to begin with.
Yeah,
I think at this point they both have picked it back up. It's like riding the bicycle. They got it back on again, and they're flying. So I mean, it comes down to. I think it's going to come down to, is Dan having a good day?
Yeah. Is he going to get the right questions?
If he's having a good day, then it's not going to be Stacy. But if he's having another day like he had with Andrew Guy, then Stacy does have a good shot at beating him.
So, yeah, bringing back up the Andrew Guy. Now, compare Andrew Guy to Stacy Howard. Stacy Howard's been doing good, but has she been doing Andrew Guy this season type of good? Which I will argue...
Has she been doing it this season or as a whole?
This season, particularly. I mean, you can really only get better. For the most part, we're talking about, like, if you get worse, then it's that ring rust case, whatever, possibly. But has she performed about as well as what we've seen from Andrew Guy? My honest opinion is, I don't know, because I don't think we've seen her. She hasn't been in the spotlight as much as Andrew Guy has been this season.
She hasn't done a whole lot this season. Yeah.
So the nice thing about that is what we haven't seen her do, she could have been studying this entire time.
Also true.
I mean, how long potentially has she known that she's going to be going up against Dan Murrell in this match? We as fans have known for...
Possibly longer than us.
Yeah. Probably a good chance longer than us.
Who knows? But I mean, that being said, you know, obviously we're probably both in the camp of Dan at this point. Dan's gonna win this one.
But it's going to be a damn good match if Stacy Howard ends up pulling out the win.
Sean Maroney! All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna slight Stacy though. She knows her stuff. She's a good player. She's a good competitor, and it could actually be anyone's game based on numbers, wheel, questions.
What side of the bed they got on? Did they have their Red Bull energy drink this morning?
Did Dan put on his lucky cap?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into it and see how this match turns out.
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, hey, Brienne! So glad you're here. I don't know if you've heard, but
I've heard.
Me and Christian, right?
Yay!
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting closer.
You mean we're getting closer?
Well, it needs Tom. Quite frankly, it needs Tom.
You really want Tom to be that close to being the commissioner?
I don't actually like Tom, nor do I really want him to be the commissioner, but this isn't about me. It's about the contract. It's about the patrons that wanted it. It's about your league. I have all these signatures. These people are not going to show up at Spectacular.
You're gonna sabotage
Nice way to tie that up.
over this?
It's not a sabotage. It's a union.
It's not.
Get on board. League Players Association. Okay? We're walking unless this is happening.
Okay. So me and Tom and Christian.
And someone else. I don't care. Make it a four-way. You can do whatever you want. But it's got to be Tom, and I got to be on the desk, and then I think we'll have it. I think we'll be good.
All right. So you're gonna be on the desk.
And
Okay.
we're gonna be
All
good.
right. Great. Fine.
Also, I saw Tom in the supply closet, and I think he probably stole thousands of dollars.
Dude, if that Palpatine's worth $1,000, I'm going through my closet.
Yeah. Definitely got some Star Wars memorabilia in there somewhere that's worth at least $100.
Probably get a Fensky for some of that. Wrong YouTube channel.
What?
This is not the Airband YouTube channel.
Allison, Ethan, Erwin, Dan Murrell, Stacy Howard, and Draco McNeely, Ben the Boss Bateman.
I was doing the Turk dance from Scrubs that was stolen for Fortnite.
The winner of that entire tournament.
That was an Airband episode. That's really deep reference.
At the Spectacular.
The one of you out there who might see this and get it, I appreciate you.
A battle word for
Those of y'all who don't get that, watch Scrubs. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm better than just a costume. I'm better than just an entrance. I prove myself as a real competitor. I'm up here to win. I want a title match. I want a belt. I want a championship.
Stacy Howard, you are going to be at the Collider Collision, facing Mark and Draco.
Finally.
Yes, and not that Janine. You are also going to be at the Collider Collision. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Facing
Mark and Draco.
And Stacy Howard. It's a triple threat match.
Stacy Howard is the higher ranked player. She is 4-1. She has one knockout. And the winner of this match will play Ethan Erwin.
Is that the Lilo costume?
And with that, Stacy Howard has been eliminated.
The Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament 2018. The theme is anarchy. Winston Marshall, Sassy Stacy Howard. Dan, Murrell, and John Rocha are facing Stacy Howard and Winston Marshall.
John Rocha and I decided to call ourselves the Fountain Fathers because we helped build the legacy of this game.
Horseman! The Horsemen are
We'll be right back.
Okay.
by himself. We have him on magnets, guys. John 44. And your winner! That's right! I think Stacy Howard is one of the most underrated competitors that we have in this league. Known to upset people in the first round.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Yes,
Richard Dreyfuss.
Ditto. Jeff Bridges.
That's John Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
So I'm so pumped up for this match. I had to run around the block at least 3 times.
1987. 2009.
Get this energy out.
2003. 1997. 2010.
Correct for 2 points.
I really need to do that too.
Oh, I highly recommend it. It's
You can stop there.
invigorating, liberating, other aiding words.
And your winner!
Not all of them. though.
By way of technical knockout, the outlaw John Rocha, dangerous Dan Murrell, the founding.
What I know is John and I are we prepared for this match, and we're going to keep preparing, and we plan to go out, walk out, play every game, and when the game's over, we're going to have the most
I want that
points on the
suit.
board, and that's all we care about. I didn't get it written down in time.
And the
I know
Spider-Man
this-
one that
David
Quay wore.
Russell, I did not get it written down in time. I wrote down Spike Jones, David Russell. I tried to write down there. I leave it to your judgment. But, okay.
Corruption has advanced to the next round. Mike Kalinowski, Chance Elson will play against Mark Riley and Ben Bateman.
Was this really a rivalry, though? I mean, these two still kind of seem like they're like the, hey, happy to see you. Well, happy to see you too. Have a good match. You have a good match.
Let's do some movie trivia, chum.
Yeah. I mean, so just on the subject of movie trivia, Schmoedown, I don't know if any of y'all have cats, but man, they're a lot of fun to handle. I don't know who does the cat wrangling over there, but
I know who does it over here.
Tournament it has been so far. Round 1 has been electric, and this is the last match of the first round. And what a match we have here, Mark Ellis.
Christian Harlock, you know, as my
Sometimes
old
it feels
gym
like
teacher
running
used to
around the block
say,
a
hey,
few
Ellis,
times.
why are you wearing an eye patch? I was the loser back then, and I was a loser to both of these competitors. Stacy Howard, Dan Murrell, who's going to take it today? They've both beaten the crap out of me.
That's right. You have played both of them, and it has been an interesting year for both of these.
And a better question is, where will we get the Harloff
This
stare in this
is a
match?
first round matchup, and Stacy Howard did play you in round 1 last year. She pulled up a big upset, and she wound up going to round number 2, eventually losing a defeat to Rachel Cushing. But Dan Murrell has never played in a singles tournament before.
Is that true?
It is true, because after the first tournament that you won, he was already the champion. So he was waiting to see who was going to win. And by the time last year's tournament rolled around, he had already retired. So Dan Murrell has not played in a singles tournament before. This is big for him because Dan had a rough start. He lost the match at the Collider Collision to Andrew Guy. Then he had the team match with Rocha, and they won that match. But then they had that close loss to Corruption in the tournament. So he's coming on the loss here, but he is determined.
We don't like mentioning
he wants
that one.
to play for the belt. And if he did so, he would be playing against his fellow horseman, John Rocha.
Yeah, I mean, hearing Dan Murrell has never competed in a tournament format like this.
We don't like
in a
apostrophe
singles
mentioning that
tournament.
one.
It's a shock to my eardrums, but something that is not going to be a shock is if Stacy Howard pulls off this upset, because Stacy has proven she can play with the best of them. Doesn't matter what vegetable nickname they go by. Stacy is not intimidated, and when you look at Dan Murrell, he's had a year that I think, to say the very least, has been surprising to both of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's only played a couple times, and he's been out for the first half. He came back, and now I think he's starting to get his feet wet.
Starting to feel it again, you
He's
think?
starting to feel it again. But the reason why, talking to him, is that exactly what you just said about Stacy Howard. You can't take her lightly. Dan certainly does not do that. He watched the way that she played at the live event. Dan is not taking her lightly, and Dan is going into this match preparing like he does for all his matches. So we know that Dan Murrell's a 2-time champion and he's the favorite, but
We could get the
Stacey Howard
dangerous Dan
has
Murrell
a
here.
lot of favor with the fans, a lot of favor with the competitors. She's a solid competitor, and this could be something very special.
And they're both pretty solid on the mic. We're going to hear from both competitors right now.
The anarchy is over and the squad is back together. I missed you.
I missed you, baby.
And you know what? I am so happy and proud of you, what you did single-handedly at the live event.
You know what? I've never played in a Schmoedown singles tournament before. I'm used to being the guy waiting for the person
Riley's
who's
there.
going to come out of the tournament. So this is a new experience for me, but the result's going to be the same. I'm going to be playing for that. And if I have to go through this guy, I love this guy. He's my teammate. He's a fellow horseman. But if I get to the end of this tournament, all bets are off.
Now we're at the point where you have to shut down Dangerous Dan Murrell again. The lead horse in the Horsemen. He was almost put down once.
Appreciate us, Rocha.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the person who actually has the belt right now.
This time. And then after that, it's only, what, 2 more wins for you to take off that stupid-ass hat on that outlaw.
Today I'm facing off against Stacy Howard. I have never played her in a singles match before. We saw what happened to me the last time I played a singles match against someone I'd never played before. I think it was a surprise to a lot of people. Win or lose today, one thing's sure, Stacy's not going to catch me by surprise. I shared a table with her at the team match. I know what she's capable of. All I got to do today is go out there and do what I'm capable of.
Let me set the scene, okay? Let me tell you guys a little story about a while back, okay? It was the first round. You know, everyone counted me out. Everyone was like, oh, so-and-so has won it all before. He's going to do it again. I chewed up that baby carrot, okay? And now, here we are in the same situation with Dan Murrell, and he's about to go down.
You gonna chew up on a horse?
Yeah. I'll chew up a horse. I'm gonna...
Let's get right down to business here. I had a rough start to the beginning of the season. I took a loss in singles. Rocha and I took a close loss in teams. Coming to the end of the year, my comeback depends on this tournament, and I don't want this year to end in another loss. I want to make a run at this thing. I don't want to be watching the spectacular. I want to be playing in the spectacular. I want to be playing for that belt. And if that means that I have to go through some great people to get there, then that's what I'm going to do. This isn't just a game. This is the season for me, and I don't intend for it to end today.
Jay Washington and Stacy Howard excited to see one another again, and now that Ethan Erwin has advanced, Jay's got 1 fighter left in the game still, and if Stacy Howard wins, he's got 2. But Dan Murrell and the Horsemen, and what I loved about that interview, as we saw that Mark Riley, his fellow teammate, has won the Ultimate Schmoedown teams. John Rocha has won the Ultimate Prize in becoming the singles champion, and Dan Murrell is there, and he said to Rocha, he's like, there is nothing more that I want to do than play you for the 3rd match at the spectacular. They're competitors, they're warriors, and they want to do it, but he's got to get through Stacy Howard.
Yeah, I mean, look, they have all the hardware to prove it, but are they still on the top of the mountain here at the Schmoedown, or are they just like a bunch of old comics reminiscing in Las Vegas?
Well, we're about to find out. Are you ready to get going?
Oh, I am ready.
Well, here's the tale.
Picture like a stack of comic books, like reminiscing in Las Vegas.
Tim Burton movies is a strength. You got musicals as a strength.
Dressing up so no one recognizes her.
Scaring you and forgetting that she's actually Stacy Howard.
And having me FedEx articles of clothing, always happy to do so, Stacy.
And then you've got the former 2-time champion of the world,
being Dan Murrell.
Spielberg movies are there.
It's not like being John Malkovich, because I want to know what like doorway I go through to get in Dan Murrell's head.
Murrell.
Oh, that was such a creepy part in that movie.
I am not ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Dan Murrell.
And that's still infinitely better than Malkovich.
Yeah. Although one of those is actually funner to say.
The Viper Squad.
Malkovich.
With a record of 4 wins.
Funner? More fun? Whatever.
2 defeats.
Malkovich.
And 1 knockout.
We highly recommend being John
Ladies and
Malkovich.
gentlemen, give it up
It's...
for
Oh, I also
Sassy
recommend watching the movie Being John
Stacy
Malkovich.
Yeah.
Howard.
Edward Scissorhands. Nice. That is a nice costume.
Edwina Scissorhands?
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
Incredible. Don't grab that mic. That is some sharp hardware on the end for fingertips there. Tough to grab a sip of water
Well,
even.
And Jay Washington helping her out.
Yeah.
They're made of foam, so
And for the ladies, man, that's
you're not
Why
gonna
you
be
gotta break
able.
the magic?
You're not gonna be able to pick up a cup of water with foam.
that is clearly.
Why you gotta break the magic for the people at home?
Character Jack Sparrow with knives.
I'd like to thank our mates.
Is that who it is?
Jack Sparrow with knives.
For Jen Sturger. For,
Not wrong.
For helping that out.
That is incredible Edward Scissorhands.
All right, so with that, and her opponent, representing the 5 Horsemen, with a record
So updated, huh?
of 7 wins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this sounds like Andrew Guy's entrance music.
He is the 2016 Player of the Year. He is the reigning Screen Junkies Movie Fights Champion and the former 2-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown Champion of the World.
I like how they recognize the Screen Junkies
Dangerous
championships too.
Dan Murrell! Oh, the Horsemen are here. The champion, and there's Dan. There's Dan. We haven't seen him in singles action since July, and there he is, Dan
He's not coming out with the screen junkies belt. He's done that before, though.
Look at the champions. All two-time champions right there.
That's
all two-time champs.
Rocha clinging to that belt like it's his lover.
Yeah, and here we go. Here, you got Dan Murrell, and the champ is here.
Was there a handshake? Was there a handshake attempt? I mean,
a scissor shake.
I don't want Dan to get injured just because he's being a good sport.
How's she going to write on the whiteboard with that?
You say a scissor shake like it's just a thing people do.
I've ever seen. What's that?
She's going to put him down.
55, Jay. You have 7 kids. What are you? All right, so
Put the knives down. I can't.
You don't know who you are, and you get shook real quick.
Just watched that last night, too.
Look at Jay Washington.
That's why you're able to jump on it so fast.
It's a good movie.
What's happening right now?
I'm going to ask everybody to clear it up.
Managers are going to have to go back to wherever it is that they.
I like they all walk off screen. They're like, "Hey, man, that was some pretty good banner we just got there."
Pretty good. Yeah,
that was fantastic.
That really played.
That was entertaining. Too bad the Cinefanatics were busy talking through the whole thing and didn't hear us. Whoopsies.
With that, Dangerous Dan Murrell, are you ready?
Let's play the game.
Sassy Stacy Howard, are you ready?
Yes, I think so.
Then let's go.
I don't know if she was doing Johnny Depp as Edward Scissorhands or Bjork.
All right, here we
What's
go.
the difference?
Here is the first question in the round of action adventure. Who played Gale Hawthorne in The Hunger Games?
Oh.
Were these the last books that you read?
No.
It's the most recent book you read. Non-Star Wars.
World War II. Fine.
You read a book
I was
called
like,
World
Gale.
War
Who is
World
Gale?
War II.
I don't remember who Gale is. What's the character of Gale?
My daughter wrote it. She's 7.
Force Winds.
Dan Murrell.
Yeah.
Liam Hemsworth.
That is correct, Stacy.
Liam Hemsworth.
Yes, indeed. 1-1.
Liam Hemsworth.
Liam Hemsworth.
Exceptional handwriting for someone with 10 scissors on their fingers.
10
Movie release dates.
Yeah.
Movie release dates.
Mark,
is
stop
the next
ruining the
category.
magic.
And your question is, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker first joined forces in Rush Hour, which was released in what year?
Yep.
What?
What?
I'm going to be off by 1 year. I know it.
Love. Pronouncing words.
5, 4, 1, 3.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
97?
It's incorrect.
Nope.
1998.
Yep.
Correct.
I knew it!
98.
I knew I should have put 98. I put 97.
1 year.
I knew I was going to be off by
Next
1
question
year.
is from Dramas.
It's hard to count.
Dramas. Natalie Portman starred opposite Clive Owen, Julia Roberts, and Jude Law
What was
in
it
this
really called?
2004 Mike Nichols
Yep.
film.
Okay, so the category there. Like you're a beleaguered teacher in Ferris Bueller. Dramas.
5, 4, 3,
I just can't picture the name.
1, and Dan Murrell.
Closer?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Stacy?
Closer.
Closer. I was wanting to put The Holiday, but that was Cameron
Animated
Diaz
movies.
and
These
I think
are
Kate
animated
Winslet.
movies, films featuring animation. Your question is,
Or
George
is it-
Takei
yeah.
makes a cameo in what Walt Disney animated
Oh
film?
my.
Oh, my.
Thank you. Just oh my. Now we go ahead.
4.
Oh, I remember him doing a cameo. I can't remember what it is.
What was it?
Stacy Howard.
I didn't have it.
All right, and Dan.
Mulan.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Mulan it is. Mulan.
I knew I should have written Mulan.
One of the ancestors, I forgot.
All right.
Yep.
That's true. Next question is from
Dang it.
Fantasy Sci-Fi.
Hesitated
Who
on
played
Mulan.
Hansel in 2013's
Oh.
Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters? AKA the Oscar-winning. Just kidding.
Oh,
Yeah, that was good.
I think they're. What are they talking about?
Why am I blanking his name? This is stupid.
They were
4, 3, 2.
JT, please.
JT was the first one. Okay. Who played Hansel in 2013's Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters?
It'd be funny.
I can't believe my mind is not thinking of his name right now.
Come out and entertain the crowd for
Pretty
15
good.
seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pens down, please. Dan Murrell.
Jeremy Renner.
Yes, sir. Stacy.
Renner.
Yep, 5.
Jeremy Renner.
Freaking Hawkeye!
It's too bad you didn't actually write freaking
Just
Hawkeye.
to remind the competitors, if you need the JT rule, you say repeat the question. Okay, here we go.
I think you can certainly say JT.
Of course you can. I'm just saying, if you want
I
to say
just like saying JT's name.
That's fine.
It's like Beetlejuice. I hope he'll just appear.
My brain was not functioning.
JTE,
Right
JTE, JTE.
Your next category, world
Ugh.
of comedies. Comedies, and your question is, what 1995 family comedy stars Damon Wayans and Michael Ironside?
I am so upset that I didn't talk to Michael Ironside about this. It was 5, awesome. 4,
Top Gun
3,
scores.
yes, 2,
I don't know.
1. Pens down.
I think I know what it is,
Stacey
but
I don't know this one.
Howard. Okay, Dan.
Is it Major Payne?
It is.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, what was the one where he was the drill sergeant? I was like, it's on the tip of my tongue.
This is like the worst my mind has ever just blanked
All right.
Thank you, Stacy.
on everything. I'm not in it tonight, apparently.
Horror/thriller. Who plays science journalist Veronica in 1986's The Fly?
You remember that? I haven't seen The Fly. So,
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Pretty good, honey. I like honey. 2, 1. Pens down. Dan Murrell.
Gina Davis?
Yes, it is.
Gina
Stacey.
Davis.
Okay, 7.
Gina Davis. My name is Jeff.
Here to get a perfect round should he answer this correctly.
That's right. He could really
Oh,
take advantage. Stacey Howard
she
gets this
misspelled
one
it. She
right.
wrote
I think
Gina
it's,
Davis.
It's a win because you're keeping
Not touching
pace
that one.
with Dangerous Dan Murrell going into round
You're not
2.
touching the
This is a
Gina.
key
Stop.
question. Thanks
Wow.
to all our supporters
Really?
of the movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you today if you're not already. This one is from...
I apologize to everybody watching.
No,
It was
it's
too
not the
easy.
guitar player from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers,
Sean
or it
Maroney.
might be. Thank you, Michael Campbell, for all your support of the show. His category was the 2000s category. Both you and I lived through, and one was dominated on the
Nice.
stand-up circuit.
Fantastic.
My question is, what Gus Van Sant movie takes place in the fictional Watt High School and chronicles events surrounding a school shooting?
Dan Murrell attempting a perfect round here. Stacey
And I'm far from a perfect round.
in 5, 4,
Jeremy
3,
Renner.
2, 1. Pens down.
Mm.
Stacey Howard.
I have nothing.
And Dan for the perfect round.
Elephant.
Wow.
Dan Murrell. That's
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get that.
So now Dan Murrell will have a question asked.
Jeremy Renner.
This is a bonus question that is just
Sorry,
for Dan
I'll let
Murrell,
it go.
and everybody at home can think the correct answer should they wish.
And Dan, because it's only you do not have to write it down. You just say it. You still have 15 seconds to answer.
I'm glad we
And
have
you
documented
have
video
2
footage of
JT
this.
left. Here you go.
It's like dragging me to hell. It's very intimidating.
All right, Dan. This actor has won the most Academy Awards for Best Actor in a Motion Picture with 3.
Tom Hanks.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
For 1 point.
Ah.
The perfect
Another good one.
So act a little bit, and that is Daniel Day-Lewis. Dan Murrell taking a 5-point lead into round number 2.
Dan Murrell looking like the Dan Murrell of old here in the first round. He's got 9 points, and he goes into the second
Solid
round.
first round.
Again, the wheel round.
Mine's very
can
fluid.
Change everything.
Or
Round
gas.
Number 2. And Mark, how does this work?
Well, you said wheel round, and never have you been more accurate, Christian, because this is the wheel of fate, justice, and doom for one competitor. I will mention the 2 wheel slices for today's match were sponsored by 2 of our Schmoedown patrons. The sponsored wheel slices today are Judd Apatow movies and 2000s movies, and those are but 2 of the 12 possible options. This wheel includes spinner's choice and the dreaded opponent's
I think that
choice.
new release
Once
is
you settle on
updated.
Come Lucky, you want to step right up to the wheel,
Nope.
you want to defer.
You almost made it back.
I moved with the shield.
All right,
Yeah.
so Stacey's going to spin first. Stacey, please spin for the wheel, not the peg.
Look, if she can spin anything with those hands, I say you just let her do it. Here we go. Don't grab the bag. All right. I think it was okay.
Stacy Howard.
All right. Don't scold Edward Scissorhands.
Breaking the rules.
All right.
All right.
You just ensured that Christian will never stop saying that for the next 6
It's gonna be
months.
an opponent's choice if it gets that far.
Movie release dates.
And look
Come
at
on,
who's
take
going
it.
on that. Does she want the category?
Spin from the wheel, please. Spin from the wheel, not the peg.
Yeah, don't grab the peg. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
That's what she's like, I don't know how to do that with these.
Release dates. The category that was Scott Mance's, now Ben Bateman's.
Ben Bateman's.
She didn't want movie release date. She
No.
missed the rush hour question.
Coming around here. Coming
Although it was only
around.
about a year, so it looks like it's going to be directors.
Directors.
Okay.
Directors for Stacy Howard.
I mean,
Directors is going to be Stacy
it was either that or
Howard.
movie
She
release dates for
goes
Stacy Howard,
to
so
catch up
directors is
with
probably
the
better.
5-point deficit that she currently has. All right, here you go.
Stacey Howard, you have spun directors with your second spin because movie release dates, who needs them? Your first question of 4. In Sam Raimi's Oz the Great and Powerful, who played Theodora, who became the Wicked Witch of the West?
Rachel Weisz?
That
Yeah.
is incorrect.
Oh, no.
2 points in the steal.
Anne Hathaway.
Mila Kunis.
It was
No, that's right.
Huge steal.
Well, that's funny because I was actually thinking Rachel Weisz for some reason.
Let's just start naming all the female actresses.
Julianne Moore, Julia Roberts,
What is the name
Gina Davis
of the powerful Ava DuVernay documentary released in 2016?
What's the movie release date?
5.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Fire at Sea, B, I Am Not Your Negro,
Yes.
C, The Eagle
Yeah.
Huntress, or D, 13?
B.
13.
It is 13.
Oh.
So she gets a point in round
I was
one.
wondering actually if she's the one who directed that one.
All right. Your next question, your penultimate one in this round.
The 13th, okay.
1994 film North, starring Elijah
what's wrong
Wood
with you,
and
but
Bruce
whatever.
Willis, was directed by whom?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Rob Reiner, B, Roger Donaldson, C, Tim Burton, or D, Gary Marshall?
Roger Donaldson.
B.
That is incorrect, Murrell.
Gary
Your options
Marshall.
are Rob Reiner, Roger Donaldson, Tim Burton, or Gary Marshall. Rob Reiner. It is Rob Reiner, and that's another steal for Dan Murrell. He has a 7-point advantage in Stacy Howard, but one question remains in round number 2. Stacy, your question. Which Kate Winslet film was directed by the Lord of the Rings'?
Was she in
Jackson?
King Kong?
No.
Heavenly Creatures.
Yes.
2 points
Yes.
for Stacy, and a big 2 points that might help her get into round 3, and then anything can happen.
Yeah, she needed it because now Dan's up there with a 5-point lead and he hasn't spun yet. Now, if he gets a strength, now Dan hasn't had the best relationship with the wheel this season, so we're going to see
This
what
tournament
happens.
has really been all about the relationships
I knew 13.
that
I knew
the
it.
competitors have at the wheel.
I didn't know.
Will
I
the
knew
wheel
it.
be
I was
nice
trying to
Dan
remember
here? Will
because
will their relationship
I know we were
change
talking
in this
about what
spin? We're gonna
movies
find
Ava
out.
DuVernay did
Looking at it,
before
like it's a
Wrinkle in Time.
Well, he did. He's
And I remember her doing a
guys who have
documentary, and I was like,
bonus
oh, I know I've heard of it.
Take
And
the wheel's allowance away.
I couldn't remember that it was 13.
I remember the
This could
prominence
be a
of
spinner's choice
that one
situation.
when it was all the trailers and stuff during before movies,
New releases. Dan's going to keep new
especially
releases.
around Alamo Draft House.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got those free screeners under your belts, huh? Us poor folks don't have them.
All right, new releases.
No, we don't.
All right, here we go. Dan, new releases.
Shout out to Alamo Draft House.
Crazy Rich Asians. Before jetting off to Singapore with her wealthy boyfriend, Rachel Chu is shown to be a successful NYU professor. In what field?
What's it? Psychology? No, it was like math.
I'll go multiple choice.
Is it A, political science, B, psychology, C, economics,
Economics.
D, physics?
Economics.
For 1 point.
Yeah.
That's correct. 1 point. That's
It was a good movie, by the way.
7. Question 2, The Incredibles 2. What kind of animal does Jack get into a backyard scuffle with?
Raccoon.
A raccoon.
For 2 points.
For
That's
2
correct.
points, and Christian, we are rapidly approaching knockout potential here.
Oof.
In Game Night, who plays Brooks? Jason Bateman's brother.
What's his
Yes.
name? Friday Night Lights.
Yep.
Role-playing mystery game.
Kyle Chandler.
Yes.
2 points.
The
All right,
FBI
so
agent
if
from
Dan Murrell gets
Wolf of Wall
either
Street.
Multiple choice or the 2-pointer, he will win via KO with this question.
That's right. If he misses it or Stacy somehow gets a steal, we are going on to round 3.
Who directed the 2018 film
Ooh.
of Simon?
I would go multiple choice just for fun.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Jason Reitman, B, Amy Heckerling, C, Greg Berlanti, D, Rob
I
Reiner?
want to say Greg Berlanti.
And your winner, by way of knockout, Dangerous Dan
Wow.
Murrell!
Murrell's back. Dan
And
Murrell
Stacy
takes
Howard
it to knockout.
Yeah, Dan hit his moments. Dan hit the moments, and Dan is now on top again. He is 8-3, going in, and listen to this, against Ethan Erwin. We have Murrell versus
Ooh.
Erwin in round 2. Look
I'm
out.
ready.
Oh.
I'm not the records
Yeah,
guy.
my body is
I've got,
ready for that one.
Frankie Stats up there.
That's gonna be a
Cincinnati,
good
Murray,
match.
Dan Murrell, 18 points just in rounds number
I've been
1
looking
and
forward to
2.
that match
It's gotta
since
be approaching record
after
stuff.
Ethan Erwin's first
What
match.
A match for him. It doesn't matter who his opponent was, I think, in this match. Dan Murrell, when he gets focused, when he gets locked in, he gets a category he likes, he is going to be
Look, he just got the
else.
the stare and he just snapped out of it.
That is Dan Murrell focused. focused. That is Dan Murrell. Hungry. That is a scary. That is a dangerous Dan Murrell.
He's a bad man, but for Stacy Howard, not only a hell of an intro, we know to expect that from her. She might top herself with the Edward Scissorhands walk in. It's a tough run. You get up there, you spin a category, it doesn't go your way. Having a couple steals really cost her in round number 2.
Look, she earned her spot in the tournament. She just happened. It didn't matter. This whole tournament's full of heavy hitters. I mean, everywhere you go, look at the round ones that we've had so far. Look at the bracket now. Stare at the bracket because now we have our semifinals. On one side of the bracket, the Fife Club explodes as you have Classy, Clark, Wolf, co-owner of the team championship, going up against Mark the Android and Draco. And then the winner of that will face the winner of our next semifinal match, Ethan Erwin.
That's a solid semifinal right there.
Goes up against the former 2-time champion, Dangerous Dan Murrell. What a tournament it is. One of these 4 people will be facing John Rocha for the championship at the Spectacular.
That's right, John Rocha currently rubbing down one of his many horses in his stable, probably looking at a movie trivia book in his spare time and waiting for somebody to emerge from this chaos that we have, and what beautiful entropy it is. For more on the post-match and interview with the winner and the loser, we turn now to Jen Sturger.
What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Stacy Howard and Kay Washington. Sorry. Stacy is having trouble holding her own microphone because of the scissors.
It's very hard.
Oh, Stacy, you know, some days you play lights out, and then other days the wheel just takes. And I think today we both agree was the latter.
Today was tough. It sucked. Sometimes the wheel is a real, but it is what it is. I feel like I played well that first round. You had to get through it. So
absolutely,
it's Dan Murrell. Come on.
Speaking of which, what was that? Where was the dude who got his ass whooped like 2 months ago?
Where was that weakling Dan?
Where was that little sniveling Murrell? Like, yo, why did he come in? That was the damn best in this game. Where was the little you gotta beat me? Where the hell was that Murrell? Like, that's what we thought we was getting. What the like this was set up just bogusly. Nobody was like, Dan Murrell's coming back with a vengeance. God damn.
So, obviously, spinning directors probably wasn't your strongest suit. I'm sure you would have rather had something like romantic comedies, potentially Meryl Streep. But I think what really hurt you in that second round, like you said, you hung the first round, was the steals.
Yeah.
Steals. But I will say this.
He gets to steal movies to see them for free. He should pay those people, okay?
Yeah, look at all the screeners he gets. I'm not industry. I can't get into all of them.
Everybody ain't privileged like Dan Murrell.
That's right.
God damn it.
The struggle is real.
It is real.
Yes.
Revolution.
Struggle is real. The wig is not.
No.
But I will say this. You played very aggressively today. You didn't go multiple choice a ton. And
sharpened my skills today.
Yeah, but I appreciate the fact that you were like, I'm not leaving the points out there for Murrell.
No.
You wanted to.
I mean, when it comes to that, just F it. Just guess. Just go for it. I don't want to lose the points on, a bunch of multiple choice every time. Just jump.
Oh, okay. Stacy. Well, I'm sorry that you're out of the tournament.
Look,
hopefully
Stacy
we'll see you hanging around here.
Stacy is here in spirit.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? The Viper Squad is back. We might have just took a small L. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
L, not even a capital one, but that's because Dan Murrell ain't supposed to be that goddamn Dan Murrell.
I got a lot of costumes on back order. Okay, so you guys get ready for next year.
I did a meal
2019 is gonna be lit.
Yeah.
Don't say that way again, please. All right, we're gonna leave. All
right. Bye, guys. Those are sharp. Please watch my eyes. Thanks.
Oh, by the way, that Murrell that showed up, that is a good Murrell. That is a dangerous Dan Murrell, not a cowardly, pretty much neuter Dan Murrell. But that Dan Murrell now has to go up against big-time Ethan Erwin, and I cannot wait for that. I want to see how dangerous will he be against somebody who is just as good, if not better than him. You get what I'm saying?
We could be in for a match of the ages. And we're back with Dan Murrell and the Horsemen. Yep. Dan, I would say welcome back, but I think you made your presence known today.
I mean, I didn't go anywhere. I've said it before. It's the luck of the wheel. You get questions that you know or you don't. I was lucky to spin a category that I felt pretty strongly in, and any given day, I came out on the right side of it today. That should not take away from Stacy. Stacy is a dangerous competitor. We've seen her pull off upsets in this game before. It very well could have happened today. So I'm just excited to move on and see who's next.
Yeah, but let's be clear. You played lights out in the first round. Obviously, round 2, you didn't even have to finish. And you took steals, which were awesome. So this was a completely different Dan Murrell than we saw last time, and I'm really glad
it's a different Dan, a hungry Dan, a dangerous Dan.
Well, I mean, I've been waiting 23 years.
Sounds familiar. I've heard that before.
Seen Major Pain in theaters, so it's good for that to finally pay off.
That actually comes from Starship Troopers, but they've been doing a variation of that quote on here for a while now.
I'll say I heard the last one.
Mm-hmm. Who knew?
Who knew? But yeah, no, it's I'm out there. I'm having fun, and that's what the game is, and I think I sort of let it not be so fun for me for a while, and it's a good time. I just like to do it, and win or lose.
I just like to do it.
And I had a great time today, and I hope to have a great
I
time.
make real Hollywood movies.
I make real Hollywood trivia. I just like. Why do I sound like Borat?
He's really come into this league and made a name for himself.
What?
Oh, hi, I know this person.
I like her.
But he's really come into this league and made
That was awesome.
So is it hard to not...
Oh, I approve of that so much.
And start preparing for it?
I mean, Ethan
God, that was great.
followed me into retirement. I was retired.
That's to show. So be a caption this on the Facebook page.
His matches, and he knows his stuff. This is not going to be this next round is not going to be a case of who misses the most.
He would have been here to crash our interview, but he said he had to go back to the WB. So
yeah. There you go.
True story.
Yeah, I think that he is a beast. Anyone beating him, that is quite a task, and it's going to take a lot of luck and a lot of strategizing and a lot of studying and a lot of preparation because that is a scary opponent, tournament or no tournament.
Speaking of scary opponents, one of them may or may not be standing next to me on the other side. Obviously, that is the goal, to win the tournament and to be able to face John Rocha for the belt. Is that at all going to be weird for you, considering this newfound chemistry that you guys have within the Horsemen?
Hey, listen, it won't be the first rodeo for me and John. We've faced
he's got the hat
twice before. He's got the hat. He's a cowboy. He knows what he's doing. It would almost be sort of a fun way to cap off a comeback. Coming back this year, it's sort of end the season the way I in a lot of ways began a lot of my runs.
And they'll be keeping the belts in the family.
I'm not really that concerned about it right now. That's 2 games ahead of me, and looking at who's left in this tournament, there's not one person left to overlook or to take for granted. Obviously, I like to look at that belt. Obviously, I'd like to have that belt on my shoulder. If I got to play John, I got to play John. But right now, I'm glad to have him on my side for the rest of this tournament. What happens after that, we'll see how that shakes out.
Whew, wouldn't that be poetic? Well, Dan, best of luck to you in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you. I got to go research. I got to study.
Good luck on that.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
See how easy it is when a manager doesn't talk? Yeah.
Wow.
Dan's excited, Stacy, and Jay said it himself too. It was a good match. Dan looked good, and then I thought it was funny when Jay said, "Well, where was the guy that played a couple months ago? That's the Dan that played 2 years ago." But this to me is that's a scary.
I like champion Rocha.
In the tournament.
He's
now,
fun.
if I'm Ethan Erwin, you better be getting ready.
He's cocky.
Because Dan's coming for that championship. Dan wants. He said as much in his interview. He wants to play Rocha for the title, and I like the respect that they both had for one another. And Rocha's like, "Win this tournament, dude. Let's do it again. Let's do number 3.
Yeah, and as an incredibly talented basketball player myself, I think that I can give Dan Murrell high praise by saying he might be the Steph Curry of this league, where once he gets hot, once he starts feeling it...
Is he gonna mix some sports in this again?
Stacy Howard, a great post-game interview, her and Jay Washington. I look forward to their future, but for 2018, it's going to be Dan Murrell, and he
is
might
that a
have
type
big
of dish?
Oh, he's part of the Golden State Warriors. It's a basketball team.
Say about that, but how much fun would it be should they meet again? We're going to find out.
What words did I just say?
For joining us today once again, patrons, please
sounds like
go ahead
Western
and
Asian
dish.
today.
Patreon.com/Schmoedown. We are trying to grow the league each
How
and
spicy
every
is
day.
this Steph Curry? Never mind. Just edit that
So
out.
I wanted to thank you very much for joining us. Remember that season 6 begins in New York.
You're editing
You want
it.
to be a part of it? buy a ticket.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. Just go to schmoedownlive.com, get your ticket in January for the season. You'll be there. No, you're good. You're good. But everyone else, please buy a ticket. Check it out. Come see us on the East Coast for.
Keep seeing how like far in advance these are shot.
Catch you next time.
Yeah.
And your new movie trivia Schmoedown champions.
Oh no.
Who's the boss?
Yeah, Tom, it's not gonna go like that. It's gonna go a little more like, and still, movie trivia Schmoedown champions of the world, the Shiner Wolves.
Have you ever called a match before?
Yeah, I have actually quite a few times. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Anyway, cool. Are you thinking that you're going to be manager of the year?
I think I'm basically a shoe-in for manager of the year.
Did you see what we did to all those Enron teams in Anarchy?
Okay, the anarchy, that's one thing, Tom. Tom, you
The
abandoned
Harris brothers didn't even make it to the second round. They didn't even get to spin the wheel on it.
Okay, but you also abandoned your faction earlier this year, so I mean, manager of the year usually probably supports the people that they are managing, regardless of whether or not they are kicking ass in the Schmoedown.
I won 5 years in a row.
Yeah, but you're a thing of the past.
What
Tom.
are you two doing?
Oh, no.
You do realize this isn't even the Schmoedown set. The set's over there.
Listen,
These mics aren't even plugged in.
Tom sat here first, so I just...
Whatever.
Take the mask off, Kalinowski.
You guys are so... I just don't understand. I put both of you in the manager bowl last year. That's how you became a manager. You came and asked me to join, and I said sure, and now you're in the Fight Club, and you have the champions.
Yeah, and I thank you for that.
And that's great. But every time I turn around, you're insulting me. You're throwing me under the bus. You're saying that everything is... You're signing this thing that Brienne put together and threatening my position. I'm just trying to make the spectacular perfect.
Okay, listen, I don't want to take words out of Tom's mouth or anything, but you've been exhibiting kind of a lot of loser behavior, so
Yeah, I mean, that's the truth.
yeah.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I'm doing my best with what I've been given, and I just wanted to let you both know that last year we did the manager bowl, and you won. You became a manager and a very good one at that.
Thank you.
And you've done okay too, Tom. But this year we're gonna put the commissionership on the line. So Christian and I are going to finally battle, and the winner gets to be the commissioner.
Oh, no.
It's going to be fun. But I can't do it alone. So, Tom? No. Mike's doing his own. It's fine.
If he's blackmailing you, just
I'm my own person.
Where are the strings?
There are no strings. I have no strings to hold me up. You
All right, Pinocchio.
are going to be in the Commissioner Bowl
Ultron.
with Christian and I. So you have a chance, but
That's fair.
can you do it too?
me?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if Tom's playing, then I'm playing.
Okay. Then the four of us will be in the Commissioner Bowl, and the winner gets the commissionership. Okay. Harloff is in it, and yeah. So it'll be the four of us, and then we'll put all this behind us, and 2019 will be perfect, and no one will boycott the spectacular, right? Right? Please.
I mean, as managers, we will do what it is our duty to do, which is check in with our players regarding this and make sure that our stables are all on the same page. But that's
I can't hear it.
yeah, it's gonna be a maybe for me.
The mic. Why are you still talking to them? It's not plugged in.
Hey,
No.
And still.
What's up, Schmoedown?
Oh, okay, so... Okay, so Emil Fife is in the Commissioner Bowl now.
You know what? Some of these people, like, their acting on these cutscenes
It's
are
fantastic.
so good that they should actually be up for, like, Academy Awards at some point.
Tom Dagnino.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Dagnino. Take that mask off, Kalinowski.
That was awesome.
He's never short on some, like, at least one perfect one-liner every time he's on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so that match was... That was a match.
This is about just what I was expecting, sad to say. I mean, again, I like Stacy. I know that Stacy knows her stuff. But you put her up against Dan, I mean...
She was not having a good day, and she spun the wrong wheel slice.
Yeah.
That will break you. I mean, I don't know specifically about the day. I do know that she spun the wrong wheel slice. I can't talk.
Yeah. But, I mean, like... I don't know. Like, she kind of reminded me of Apollo Creed. He's a good boxer.
This is coming because we just saw Creed 2 not too long ago.
He's a good boxer.
Review is up on the YouTube page, by the way.
But when he goes up against someone like Drago, who we know, we have seen before, earlier in the film, is a machine, is a powerhouse. He's going to break him. I mean...
Stacy Howard is still alive. Let's not.
Yeah, I mean,
let's be clear
it's
here.
not like Dan could like trivia her to death type of thing. But I mean, that's.
But if anyone could,
it would have been Dan.
It'd be Dan or Ethan, which
is going to be a fantastic match. Oh, we have to spring for popcorn and whatnot on that.
We're getting some snacks on that one.
Yeah,
we're gonna do the video like back here, just.
You might actually see our feet posted up on this.
Yeah, you won't see our faces because they'll be blocked by the thumbnail, but...
Oh,
that's
gonna be a good match.
Good match. That'll be a good one. There's not much more to say on that.
No.
I will be interested in seeing more from Jay come next week. I assume it's happening next week just because... Yeah, it's happening next week. It'll be good for... It'll be a good match. It'll be a good match. I'm fine.
As far as the rest of this is, again, kind of like the...
Anarchy Tournament.
The Anarchy Tournament. They're all good matches.
He's fine too.
They're all good matches. They're all fantastic matches. We're repeating ourselves. We can't help it. I mean, pretty soon, when you have good match after good match after good match, you're going to run out of ways to describe them. That was fantastic. Well, the last one was fantastic. Guess what? The next one's going to be fantastic, too.
That was awesome. That was great.
Well, so was that one. So was the next one. They're all awesome. Good job, Schmoedown.
It's so lame that every single match we get is good. Why can't we have a bad match?
First world problems right there. Oh, the Schmoedown matches are good.
They've done such a good job with the Schmoedown that they can only give us good
content.
Can't
give us crappy matches. We can only have good ones.
Oh.
What are we supposed to do?
That's a very awkward way of saying you guys are doing a fantastic job over it.
Yes, y'all are. And we very much appreciate it.
So, that's going to wrap us up for this match. Go ahead and comment down below. What did you think of the match? What do you think of Dan Murrell? Is he back? I say he's back. Subscribe to the Cinefanatics. We got more Schmoedown reactions coming. We got more content coming as far as trailer reactions, movie reviews, all sorts of stuff coming out. So stay tuned.
I just posted the trailer reaction for Happy Death Day to You that just came out today.
Funny enough, he posted that. I didn't even know that movie was coming.
Yeah.
So, go figure.
So check out that trailer reaction. And make sure you go check out the movie Trivia Schmoedown over on Collider. Leave a comment, subscribe, like their video as well. Because without them, we wouldn't be doing this.
We like it when you comment here, but you got to comment over there as well. Because if you don't comment over there, the Schmoedown doesn't continue.
And we don't continue watching the Schmoedown.
We don't continue watching the Schmoedown. So
I mean, we could probably continue watching the Schmoedown. It would just be really sad because there would be no Schmoedown.
Well, we would just repeatedly be watching older episodes.
Yeah, probably. That's actually not a bad idea.
Could be fun.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. We will see y'all next week for Schmoedown reactions. And later.
See ya. Oh, we did good on the video. I just wish I played better. Freaking Jeremy Renner. Hawkeye, guys. Hawkeye.